No gimmicks, no BS, no hype, just pure grit and determination. That's right, guys. That is what will determine our ultimate success within UFD. And the good news is that we have the grit and determination. It's showing up every single day. Hey, look, the reality is if crypto is really going to succeed, UFD will succeed. We are the fair play. We are the honest play. We are the play that can bring more people into crypto because that other 93% of people who aren't in crypto, they're going to come in only if they feel like there are safe and reliable projects that they can get involved with. Sure, they're going to feel safe with Bitcoin, they're going to feel safe with Ethereum, but eventually as they come in, as they decide to come into meme coins, they're going to look for projects with a track record, safe and reliable. And that's just what we are proving every single day, day after day. Hey, look, it'll be a shorter live stream today because I'm heading out to do some content with our friend Elizabeth Grace, the chief UFD anchor woman. We're going to be out in this thing. Let's pull it up there. There's our friend, the UFD Duster, doing our best to get some content made. So my question for you is this. Do you have any ideas? Do you have anything that you think would be good to do from a content creation perspective for UFD, for the Duster, when we're out there in public? If you do, send me a DM on X. Okay, I can't guarantee that we're going to do everything that all of you throw at us as ideas, but you never know. Either today or at some point in the future, we could use your idea to spread dust, to spread the good news about unicorn fart dust. And there's so much good news to be had. Look, guys, the reality is my story of creating UFD has become our story. We are the people's coin. We are the coin that was built 100% by community. So don't underestimate your ability to make massive, massive impact in this project. Get involved, right? There's a lot of thunder out there, but the lightning is what really gets things done. Thunder, noise, 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 right? Lightning, action, doing something, taking a little risk. And trust me, right? I took a risk 8 months ago. I did an experiment, started a meme coin, right? And look at what happened because of it. Look at what can happen. It's okay. You'll never get anywhere in life unless you take some little risk and maybe make a video, maybe do a live stream about UFD. I am not the only person. I do not have a monopoly. I don't have a beanopoly on doing live streams for Unicorn Fart Dust, right? There's people that have made videos, Resilient Jack, Georgie. There's a huge list, right? Every day, Brandon Arnold's putting out a great little video, spreading the good word about UFD. Take some risk. Maybe get on a Spaces if you've never talked, if you're afraid to talk on a Spaces. Trust me. What's the worst that can happen? Okay, you can do it. Keep up the good work, guys. Let's go take a look at some interesting things before I take off in the Duster to make some content for our community today. And here we go. J-Dub. Every coin out there talks about utility like it's some magic key. The truth is most of them don't have it. UFD doesn't need to fake it. Community is the utility, the memes, the jokes, the NFTs, the lore, the Friday night dance parties, you name it, the meetups, all that stuff. Okay, the herd believes in the future of DeFi, and that belief compounds every raid, every post, every laugh stacks value. UFD isn't waiting on a roadmap. We are the roadmap. The culture itself is what makes this unstoppable. Just to say the quiet part out loud, UFD is the poop. Wow, a lot to unpack here. We are the roadmap, okay? Let's talk about that. That means we are following our own path. We don't need to be like any other meme coin, right? Who do we set our sights on? Dogecoin, the biggest of all of them, right? But we aren't emulating, we aren't copying anybody. Do you realize that? Other projects are copying us. Other big companies in the meme coin sector are suddenly adopting a philosophy of community first. Imagine that. right? Other meme coin projects, right? We see it. We've seen it for the last, and that's fine. That's great. We wish them all the best. At the end of the day, right? Imitation is the highest form of flattery. No doubt about it. And on top of that, if companies, if they're real about it, and I won't go down that path, really want to support community-driven projects, that's good too. And as other projects copy us, we are leading by example. We are forging our own path. We aren't following anybody else's path. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I made a mistake. Maybe we are. Right. We're going down the rough path. It's early. It's live. I'm sorry. I make mistakes. Hopefully you can see me and hear me right now. But the path we are following, the rough path that we are following is that of the founding fathers of the blockchain and crypto. That would be Ethereum. That would be Bitcoin, obviously, right? We are totally adhered. Oh boy, we're getting some static. Hopefully you can see me and hear me right now. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay, I think I got it fixed. What I was saying is the only path we're following, the only guidance, right, that we get is from the founding fathers, from Bitcoin. That's why we are baby Bitcoin. That's why we will continue to adhere. That's why people that were around in Bitcoin in the early days repeatedly tell me that they get early Bitcoin vibes from UFD. So we're off in this little corner of the meme coin world, right? In some ways by ourselves, but that's okay. We don't want to copy anybody else. We don't want some short-term pump hype type deal. We want to build and build and build. I used to say that about gold and silver all the time. I'd say gold and silver are sitting over in the corner, right? Just waiting, watching the fiat money system implode. And that's kind of what UFD is doing within the meme coin sector. Don't get me wrong. There are a handful, or maybe a few more other great projects in the meme coin sector, but we're kind of over by ourselves, which is okay, right? Doing what we do, forging our own path, and we will continue to do that, no doubt about it. Let's take a look at this next great piece of info. Thank you for that post, my friend J-Dub. And let's go over here. Hey guys, we got a contest. The hunter, who has about 180,000, 150,000 followers. The ultimate community battle starts now. This will go on for a week between Doge, okay, SPX, Troll, and UFD. And right now, right, we are in the running. It just started. Some people, the reality is, unfortunately, sometimes robots and computers or maybe AI, I don't know how they do it, but somehow some people kind of cheat. There's no other way to say it in some of these polls. So we'll do our best. We'll look and see. But one thing that's interesting, UFD, we got Gunjan at the top, Dr. Beanopoly. We will make our voice heard. Okay, Cuban Pete. Okay, hopefully no bots are used. I guess, yeah, they're called bots, robots that come in and vote. I guess there's like little robots. Some people, used to hurt my feelings. When I first got onto YouTube, I was so nervous about making YouTube videos. This was like 3 years ago, that I wouldn't blink. And everybody would leave the same comment under my videos. Is he a robot? So maybe Ronnie Robot will get to work on that contest. Nonetheless, guys, look, the fact that we are in these contests is recognition that we are here, we are for real. We may be out forging our own path, which we are, but at the end of the day, right, everybody in crypto knows about UFD. We're on everybody's radar screen, right? When the floodgates open, it could be crazy, crazy interesting. Let's take a look. This is a good way to look at what's been going on with our token, and in particular our token price. Great post from our friend Connector. When you want to make sure where your conviction play is heading, just zoom out. UFD monthly chart is destined to break billions. And look at this. These are monthly candlesticks. Okay, that's UFD. See where it says 1 month, I'll kind of hover over it with my little yellow pointer. Can you guys see that on the screen? I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. Okay. Right here, right? 1 month. So these are what are called 1 month candlesticks. Candlestick charts are really my favorite. What they show. So each one of these are called candles, the green and the red, things that look like candles. What they show is a month activity. So like this first one on the far left, okay, that was a green. That was our first month that we were in existence. The bottom of the solid part is where the price opened for that month. That was probably December. Here, I can go down and look here real quick. I'm sure it said, well, it doesn't really show. Anyhow, the bottom of the solid part is where the price opened for the month. The top of the solid part is where the price closed for the month. This, that's like the body of the candle. This, which is the wick of the candle, shows the highest point that the price got during the month. So if we go over here to one of the red, let's go to the one on the far right, which is the most recent month. The bottom is where the top, because it's red, is where we open. The bottom is where we closed, and the top is the highest point of the month. The ones that have a wick on the bottom, again, the body, the solid part, shows the open and the close, and the bottom shows how low we got, but didn't stay at that. Again, the body is where we close. Anyway, the important thing to look at here, guys, is look at how over the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the last 5 months, we've really been consolidating. What that represents are people that aren't diamond hooved getting out of UFD and new people coming in. Some of those new people, obviously not every single one of them, but some of those new people that are coming in have conviction for UFD, and they're getting in at these what we believe are very low prices. This is actually, and if you look at this, let me see, I'll draw on here for you quickly in yellow, because it's a yellow kind of day. If you look, you can see a bit of an upward trend on this chart also. But really, the most important thing, I think, to look at on this chart is the fact that, man, our price has really been consolidating here for 5 straight months. Okay, guys, don't forget. Okay, I'm heading out right now in the duster with our friend Elizabeth Grace, okay, our chief anchor woman. There's the duster. We will be heading out to make some content. And let's share that one more time. Look at that beauty, huh? If you have any ideas, send us a DM. Again, I can't guarantee that we'll work on that today, but either today or at some point in the future, if you've got a great idea, we're willing to do it. We're going to be out there talking to people about UFD. Who knows what's going to happen? But one thing for sure, more people will be learning about Unicorn Fart Dust today. And guys, you know the story, right? We all know it very, very well. This is one of a kind. There is no other Unicorn Fart Dust meme coin that ever has been created or will be created again. They can emulate us. They can imitate us, whatever. Who cares? We're cool with that. We take it as a compliment, but we will keep our horns up, okay? Horns up, dusters. How about a 3-second smile? I'm forgetting all these important things. When I say go, let's all look at the screen, look me in the eyes, and smile for 3 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3. You can even talk while you do it, right? But we are the dusters, okay? So most of us are diamond hoof dusters. We're hanging out in the corral. We're doing our thing. We are blazing our own trail. No other trail, right, can be made like we are doing. And we're doing it with good attracts good. We're doing it with honesty. We're doing it with integrity, right? Doing the right thing when nobody's looking, treating other people the way that we want to be treated. And I believe in the end, good wins. I know Gary Vaynerchuk, I heard him say that, right? He always leads with good. Guys, in crypto, because of the gift that we were given, this transparent, beautiful thing called the blockchain, in the end, the people do win. There's going to be a lot of short-term noise. There's going to be a lot of phony pumps, a lot of, whatever games that are played. I believe in the end, because of this absolute fair accounting system that exists within crypto, that a project that is 100% supported, 100% created by the people will succeed. This is your project. I'm no more important than you are. That's called democratization. That's called decentralization. Okay. I'm not the CEO. You are as much the CEO. You have just as much opportunity to make change in UFD as I do. I'm doing what I said I would do, not right through the ups and downs and everywhere in between. And we've been through a lot together. We've proven our resilience. We've proven, right, that we are a forged community, a community that will continue to evolve, a community like any family or community that's going to have big ups, downs, and everything in between. But the most important part is that we stick together on what is our combined belief, our common ethics and morals, right? Our soul, that we stay together. We will be together. You have a good day. Be good to yourself, and I will see you